What's going on? Move the mouse here back. City Skylines, town of Plainville, West Play, season 11, episode number 3. And before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I wanted to slow down, make sure that we've touched absolutely everything that we've unlocked so far, and really kind of detail maybe the area that we're starting out with. Rather than fixing everything later, let's fix it now. But in order to do that, in order to put some money into what we built already, I had to let it run offline for a little bit, and that resulted in the smallest changes. This is the first one. We unlocked the cemetery in the last episode, but I hadn't placed one in, and I was letting it run. I figured like, oh, let it run for a while and earn up some money, and I'll have it to spend in the next episode, and we won't change anything. And then all these, the death icons started popping up, and I thought to myself, okay, we got a death wave. That's all right. The hearses will get out there and start picking up bodies soon. And I let it run for a little while before I realized that we hadn't placed any in yet. So one thing I should mention is, and you may notice this may come across on YouTube, it may not, I don't know. If you're prone to motion sickness when I'm waving the camera around all over the place, close your eyes for 5 seconds, but I'm going to pan the camera all the way around. And I want you to notice if the frame rate seems smoother. It should. It's definitely, it just feels different when you're swooping the camera around now. This is the Series X, and the lines are a little sharper. The sun and shadows, I think, are a little bit better. We should probably throw it in, where is it? Good old day-night cycle. Let's do that, and we can see the city at night. So I swapped out the box. It's not specifically, this game is not specifically upgraded for the Series X, but there are certain improvements and enhancements that you get just because of the hardware. The load time is so fast now. It's like maybe 3 seconds, not even. It's super quick. Just general frame rate, much smoother. It honestly feels so different. It feels like I'm playing on the PC instead of and I say that with a caveat because the PC will slow down to horrible frame rates once you add a bunch of mods and a bunch of people. But for the most part, this seems pretty good. I'm excited to load up my other cities, but I can't really do that just yet because we don't have any DLC, and those were all made with some DLC installed. Again, this is Plainville. If you're new here, check the first couple episodes out, but we're building an all vanilla, no DLC, no cheats, no mods, just straight up City Skylines, and see what we can do with it. And yeah, it looks and feels better just from those small little improvements. Like, I can't tell you how much the frame rate is tangible, and I don't know how much that comes across in YouTube when it's all compressed, and how the graphics look, but I'm pretty excited about it. And again, this is not a Series X specific enhancement. This is just how the game behaves because of Series X. So I just love it. I love swooping the camera in, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna make people motion sick with this. It feels so different flying in and out, and it just seems sharper. Again, I hope it's not just so compressed on YouTube that you can't tell the difference. So, okay, small changes. In order to move some people in, I rounded this out. So I basically just built this down and curved it in so we'd have room to kind of box out that neighborhood. We had zoned this last episode and a bunch of stuff moved in. Are we already out of power again? Check the budget just to be safe. It's at 100, which means we need more. Can we get this in? We can't. Do we have another area yet? Oh, we do. We're gonna buy that. I'm not keeping that highway entrance, so we're gonna change that out. But for the time being, let's run this all the way up, or pretty close to the highway. Right, like up to there. And then, how big are the incinerators? We don't have those unlocked yet, but right? Garbage. 7,500. Okay, we can get there. I'm trying to remember how large they are. But let's do this. So it's 8 blocks. So what if we do that? We should be able to fit a dump back to back. Yeah. Wow, is our garbage processing really that bad already? Is this place... What's the deal with this place? Is it almost full? 73%? Man. We're gonna have to add a couple dumps before we can start burning it off. Okay, so now we've got room for another power plant. That's what we were up here for. I'm in here adding extra dump coverage. Okay, that should sort out our power. 3 times speed, which, by the way, I think is faster. I should do the 30-minute city challenge to see if time passes faster. It definitely seems like it's passing smoother. Anyways, so what else? This was named Wood Heights, if I remember. All I did was change, I think it was Daffodil Square to Daffodil Farms. And I added some extra trees around here. So just a little bit of detail work. But the other thing with trees is if I go into the right view, resources, right? More trees makes the area more productive. So I named this district over here. So this is basically all of the residential, all the low density residential that's tucked in behind the main street is all marked off, right? And I think that, do we have it unlocked? City planning? No, we don't. Okay. We'll turn on Old Town when we get there. It's actually really close. We're really close. So, night's coming. All right, so what are we working on today? Well, I already marked off an area for it. So before we make space for more residential, let's do a little taxi and bus option. We've got some decorative... Oh, no, wait, we haven't unlocked that. Go back. Wrong milestone, mouse. All right, transport, bus, and taxi. I think I started to say what I meant. I was showing the wrong one, though, the one we're about to unlock. Recycling and recreational use. We'll take care of those in a second. So we've unlocked highway. Ooh, childcare, elder care, cemetery. So I dropped in the cemetery. We'll get the depots in. We'll look at our policies. We already bought an area, and then we'll see what it looks like so far at night. So that's a lot. We're definitely not going to get to that before the sun sets at this rate. So maybe we'll take a look at a couple cinematics first. Like I said, I'm not going to move in people just yet because I want to unlock the milestone at the end of the episode. It's just going to make it easier. We can focus on the earlier growth in the city. But before we do that, there's that default intersection. We'll be gutting that thing soon enough. I think it was better intersection than the original 3-way. But if this is a base map, I guess it would have been nicer if they had that one. It's a little smoother than the 3-way they let you snap in. Little bit smoggy out there today. Bring a respirator if you're heading to the industrial zone. Nice little quiet suburb. Not too much on the traffic front. I think overall, right, we're funneling everything off the highway right now in one direction, but it's hitting that massive roundabout first. So let's zoom the camera around and see. So that's 1 time speed. Let's see the 3 times speed. So this is handling, I mean, that traffic pretty decent, right? Not too bad. Traffic can get around. This is going to be a point of congestion, right? Because we have everything coming into the city right now into this 2-lane road. Like this is the access point. So it would be nice if we could get over there, although I think I just locked us out of that, right? By buying the tile to the north. Oh well. Do we get one at the next milestone? We don't. We get one at 7,500. So maybe we'll think a little carefully, more carefully. That is, think a little carefully. Why don't we upgrade these roundabouts? And I'm going to leave it at night for a minute, just because I definitely got to remove that bracing because apparently it's really popular. Apparently that is the shorter route. I guess if they're not turning in front of each other, it doesn't really matter, but that could be a problem soon. So we'll upgrade here first. So we don't have mass transit. So our next best bet for a roundabout that we want people to move pretty fast in and out of is the regular highway lanes. Prevents zoning, but sorry, we're going to zone on that anyways. Now we can look at. Let's break this. Let's see what we got to move here. So let's move the fire and police stations. No, really? Okay, well, you're moving out. So bye-bye. Okay, so now that we've got a little space here, is this too tough to see at night? Let's do this. Let's do straight roads and let's see what it'll let us connect going out. Right? Because that's not bad going out. It hooks the wrong way if we go any further. You know, but that's okay on the way out. What do we need to do on the way in? All right, let's try and connect this way. Right? I kind of like that. It's not a straight shot. It's not obnoxious. You're curving in, curving out. Really technically curving out, curving in. But either way, that should be manageable. Do we do the same thing over here? I like this a lot better when you have like a 4-lane street with the 2-lane highways for mass transit. But we'll see. We'll see how this does. I think it's okay. Because they're dumping into 1 lanes anyways. So... So I guess we can do that. Upgrade back to highways. Let's watch this for a second. Let's see at 3 times speed how everything's moving around. Don't worry about it. That little guy, don't worry about that. Just ignore those pop-ups. What did we disconnect? We must have broken something over here. Does that, I was going to say, does that connect in if you don't actually go to one of the tower nodes? But yes, it does. Okay. All right, couple more shots, city at night, and then I'll flip it back over to day. I think it's just, I know it's easier to see, but I wanted to see if the game felt that much different on the Series X. And again, it hasn't been updated specifically for it. It's just able to take advantage of some things. And again, how much it's compressed and crunched down on YouTube, I'm not expecting you to be able to see the difference, but I definitely can. It's sharper. The lights and shadows are a little bit better. As minuscule as that is, right? It's the frame rate more than anything that just makes the game feel a lot smoother. And I was playing on the Series X. I had a problem. Was it during Rosewood or was it the season before? But I had a problem and I had to revert back to the Xbox One S. And even that was a noticeable bump down. And I was having frame rates and stutters. And, so it's nice to see the game running super smooth day one on the Series X. Day night off. Get your sunglasses. Okay. So transport. I had already marked this off over here just to remind myself that I wanted to do a little transport hub over here. So I think we can may as well make this intersection, or we'll come down further. We don't have decorative roads yet, but we'll probably upgrade that when we do have them unlocked. So let's come down just a little bit more. Maybe we'll leave room over here for an inner city bus hub and a metro station. We'll kind of just stamp this area out for now. But what I want to do is under transport, bus depot. 30,000 lets us send out lines. So just to get that infrastructure kind of going, we center it right on this block. That works. Oh, like that. That can kind of cut into the hill like that. So, and then what about a taxi depot? Why don't we do that? You know what? We'll do this so that we'll have room for maybe a metro stop over here. I don't know. We'll probably do above ground metro, so it won't even be an issue. Why is that not have power? Because we're not playing at 3 times speed? Okay. As I say, we're not out of power again already, are we? That would be crazy. So, all right, we dropped a bus and a taxi depot in. Great. So what's that mean though? So taxi stands, never use these, but when a taxi cab is not busy, it returns to the closest taxi stand and wait there for a fare, unless the taxi depot is closer. So, in fact, I'm not even gonna worry about those until we'll put some in the higher density areas. What's more important is let's get a bus line going, because this gives people an excuse not to get in their cars. So they can turn around at either roundabout. So I think we'll run a bus line kind of up the main commercial avenue. And what do we think? Like every other block? And then maybe we can stop, down here before we stop across. Okay, so all that really does is get people from one end of the town to the other. But maybe if you live over here, you'll walk to the bus stop. We should pedestrian path this to increase that chance, and then head down this way if you go to work down here. But we also have kind of this main avenue. Look at that; they're already there. That's how fast the Series X is. They were putting it out before I could even get there. Kind of looked like the house was going up and they were already arriving on the scene. Suspicious at best. We've seen that before though in my cities, and we know who to blame. So, okay, what do we do bus line wise? Well, okay, this may not be the most effective one, right? But we want to get people moving. So let's do something just for fun here let's see, they can turn around wherever, it doesn't really matter. So we'll stop at the high school and the elementary. And then why don't we come, I don't know, we'll go this block and maybe right in that guy's front yard. And then what if we did right here before coming back up? It's gonna have them turn around down that street. That's okay, that's fine. So there, and maybe there, before circling back. Where are they gonna circle back? Are they going all the way around to the roundabout? Okay. So, and that gets people moving up and down the residential area, right? It's not super effective right now because it's staying within the zones, but it is moving people up and down the city. We're not going to see a ton of action there. I just wanted to get a couple simple bus lines going. What we will do, we can't do the hubs, right? The hubs are not a thing that we have unlocked without Sunset Harbor. So, do we get bus station? What is this one? A bus station is a hub for bus traffic. Yeah. So we can have a bunch of bus lines. Once we have that unlocked, which, oh man. Well, we're going to have that unlocked really soon. So, so we'll blow those away anyways, because we're going to have a lot more bus lines that we can do them more efficiently. But we need to have some more cross streets to worry about. We got to figure out where things get built up off of here and how it's all going to fold in. Maybe we'll do a little bit of landscaping. Okay. All right. Anyways, progress maybe. Let's see what else. So we have a taxi stand. People can use them. When we get more tourists in downtown area, that's when we'll worry about dropping in some taxi stands. That's a noisier area anyways. Policies. Recycling for sure, because we have to deal with dumps now. And this slightly reduces your garbage accumulation. Get a little bit less tax income, but you don't have to deal with the dumps, which can be really slow to empty and process, especially since we don't have stuff like incinerators unlocked that early on. Recycle. Oh yeah, another very important one that I almost forgot because of a related short-term memory problem. But let's turn recreational use on. That helps raise, what is it, tax income? Does increase police budget. Increases tourism, which will be nice. We're going to try and pull some people in. Reduce crime rate, but increases police budget. Okay. I'm not going to tackle the highway just yet. We'll do some on and off ramps. We'll do a little bit of modification around some of the roundabouts, right? Maybe we should upgrade this one while we're at it before we move too many more people in. We're going to start in our big downtown project real soon here. All right, I want to cut the video right here because I ended up recording way longer than I had expected. And this next part of the project, I think, is a natural breaking point in the growth of the city. So on the next one, we'll start to pick up where we left off here and start to build out some of the neighborhoods on the other side of that main street. We'll see how long we can keep going and how long can support traffic. But we'll also be adding in some other entrances into the city and some metro and other options for getting around. So it might get worse before it gets better, but it will get better. That's the most important part. Stay tuned for that. If you got questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, likes, comments, shares, they all help the channel a lot and they are all so greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe for more and consider hitting the bell to get notifications on updates in this and other series. If you'd like to support the channel, links to that and lots of other things in the description down below. But until the next one, episode 3.5, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.